Did you know that procrastination and laziness are two different things? And did you know that many people procrastinate not because they don't care, but because they care a whole lot? Now, this might sound counterintuitive, but it starts making more sense when we actually understand how procrastination works. So in this video, I want to discuss with you what procrastination is, why we procrastinate, and how we can better manage our procrastination. Now, let's just be real here. Everybody procrastinates at one point or another. It's just that some of us struggle with a more chronic sense of procrastination than others. By definition, procrastination is the act of delaying a task that needs to be done. But again, it's not out of laziness. When we're in a lazy state, we usually sit around in apathy and are fine with doing nothing. But when we're procrastinating, we tend to be stressed and worried. Although procrastination is in and of itself detrimental to us in the long term, it is ironically a protective mechanism that the brain utilizes when it perceives a task to be threatening. And when I say threatening, I don't mean a matter of literal life and death. Threatening can mean stressful or tedious or confusing. Let's say you have a final exam in 2 weeks and you haven't yet started to study for it. And let's just say that this exam is in your least favorite course. Well, your brain is going to perceive this exam as a threat because maybe the course triggers feelings of incompetence for you, and you don't want to address the possibility of failing. And so, anything associated with the course, such as studying for the exam, will be avoided as much as possible to try and reduce the exposure to the threat. In specific, your amygdala, which is the part of your brain that's responsible for detecting threats and activating fear response behaviors, releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. And at this point, your body and brain will be on high alert and will do whatever it takes to keep you safe. In this case, keeping you safe means keeping you away from studying for that exam. Now, unfortunately, the more you put off studying, the more that it becomes difficult for you to start studying, and the more stressed out you're going to feel. But this is the irony of your brain's way of keeping you safe. Your brain is designed to keep you safe no matter the cost, even if keeping you safe will stress you out or get in the way of your success. So while your procrastinating brain might be trying to help you avoid feelings of incompetence or failure, it's leading you to engage in the very behaviors that will ultimately make you feel this way in the end. So then the question remains, how the heck do we get ourselves out of such a toxic cycle and better manage procrastination? Well, managing procrastination can be broken down into two main parts. One part involves cognitive and emotional strategies, and the other part involves practical strategies. Let's start with the cognitive and emotional strategies first. Now, if we've learned anything by now, it's that negative feelings such as incompetence, failure, dread, insecurity, or the like only serve to increase our stress response. This means that being hard on ourselves to try and overcome our procrastination will only make matters worse because we will end up making ourselves feel more negatively. This is why showing ourselves compassion, patience, and forgiveness instead is a more effective way of managing procrastination, as it helps to foster a more positive state of mind. And when we are in a positive state of mind, our brains can be more relaxed and we can address the tasks that need to be addressed with more ease. Now, if you're like a lot of people I speak with, you might be asking, how do I show myself compassion? And my response to that is, treat yourself the way you would treat someone you love and care for. Catch yourself when you're engaging in self-criticism and identify why you're being hard on yourself. It's important to get to the root causes of your procrastination, which means you're going to have to dig deep and become more in tune with your feelings. And if you can't do that alone, there's no shame in talking to someone who can help you through that. Now, once you can understand and work through those underlying negative feelings, you'll be better equipped to embrace self-compassion and enable yourself to make more positive changes. Now, as for practical ways to cope with procrastination, it's helpful to do the following. Break down big tasks into smaller bits, start a task even if you won't finish it, and minimize nearby distractions. Now, breaking down your big tasks into smaller bits can help you feel less overwhelmed. Imagine being in a very messy room with things everywhere. Looking at the room entirely can seem overwhelming, but if you just focus on one corner at a time and forget about the rest of the corners in the room, that can help give you momentum. There's also significance to starting a task even if you won't finish it. Worry less about the finish line and instead focus on every little step that you're taking in the here and now. But if you think too far ahead, you'll only stress yourself out even more. And lastly, it's a no-brainer that minimizing distractions is helpful. Distractions are like kryptonite to productivity, so the less distractions you have, the better. Decluttering your space also counts as reducing your distractions because it is easier to feel scattered around mess. A messy space will likely have more things that will divert your attention. And just remember, in the end, change is not easy to implement, let alone sustain, but it can be done as long as you make sure that you're taking small, manageable steps. Now, if you enjoyed the content in this video and want to see more like it, then I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.